leading by 18. From deep three-point range, a nice shot by Speedy. Speedy's got 40 points.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Conley. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 8 rebounds in the game.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Pass to Speedy. It's rebounded by Minnesota. They'll be playing host to Houston for their next game, and they'll be nearing the end of their 5-game homestand. And Gobert with the stuff.
Well, the 7-footer Gobert, the alley-oop finish. My goodness, the Stifle Tower with the score.
And checking out some numbers for him.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
From deep, Conley. It's rebounded by Levine. Bulls leading by 21. There's the 3. Gets the 3-ball to go. Speedy's got 43 points.
Oh, man, the playmaking ability of Levine continues to evolve. That was a sweet dime right there. Just love seeing him be that creative.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Outside Edwards. It's McDaniels on the wing. Picked by Gobert. McDaniels against Levine. McDaniels can't hit. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And Minnesota with possession here. Looking to win the run. And there's a nice layup by Conley. Conley's got 9.
Well, there's a certain level of quickness you've got to contend with. Mike Conley off the dribble drive.
Here's Speedy. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, they're just riding the hot hand down the stretch, and he's been in a zone all night.
Well, we're into the 3rd quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Outside Edwards. Conley, a screen on White. Edwards for 3. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds now. Here's White. And it's good. Credit Levine with the assist. White's got his first points of the night.
You got to keep that head up, and Levine knows that. Able to hit his man and stride there.
Outside Edwards. Randall outside. Fires for 3. That shot off.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
1:43 left. Hits yet again. Wow.
His elite offensive play has made its mark here once again.
Now 2nd overall in career 50-point games. Fire up that GOAT conversation.
Certainly, Michael Jordan, the guy he's just passed, is dead center in that ongoing conversation around who is the best ever.
I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Here's Speedy. And again for 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
And Minnesota with possession here. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
White drives in. Can't hit from in close.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
For 3, Randall drains the triple. Randall's got 7 points in the game.
Well, you cannot sleep on Julius Randle. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
On the wing, Levine. The 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Minnesota's gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. The shot by Conley, no good.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Counted.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
Now Edwards. He's got 5. Outside Conley. The 17-footer buries the jump shot. He's got 11. And so it's Chicago with 0 pressure as they hold on to a 35-point advantage. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be right back with you shortly. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Bulls, they've got DeSumo. Talen Horton-Tucker is out there with Torrey Craig, and it's Phillips in at the 4.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Speedy passes to Craig. Here's Speedy. 4-3. The shot no good. Outside Curry. To the paint. And Craig pulls it down. Smooth sailing for Chicago. To the inside. Here's Speedy. Unable to get that one. Green with the defensive effort. The Timberwolves shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Oh, it's stolen. It's Horton-Tucker with a drive to the middle. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. Well, when you list the best players in the NBA right now, Doris, most of the top guys are from outside the U.S.
B.A., I don't know why that is. There's a lot of theories out there, one of which is the 1992, the initial Dream Team, so captivated the imagination of fans across the world. So I think that's part of it. We have to love that the game of basketball is so popular in countries outside of the United States, and we would be making a mistake if we did not give the league the credit it deserves for wanting to grow the game internationally. It has not been solely and exclusively focused here in the United States. They want everyone to love the game as much as we do.
Edwards, he's checked in for Minot. For Minnesota, they've gone 0 for 3 in this 4th. Not good. There's a screen, and here's Dillingham from the arc. He can't hit that time. The Bulls have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. Here's Speedy. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
And the Bulls shooting 76%. You don't see this often. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
And you look at the development of AI. How might it affect the league going forward, Doris?
I think there's so much to be learned, Brian, about that exact thing, whether we are talking about the league or whether we're talking about society to a greater extent. As it relates to the league, how will teams employ it for scouting? Does it impact shot selection or player contracts? Maybe even the negotiation of the next CBA. Truth is, we really don't know. What we do know, it's coming fast. Well, the seasoned veteran Mike Conley has been such a soft-spoken guy, but he has also been one of the NBA's best leaders both on and off the floor.
Outside Edwards, down low. And it's Randall that time on the assist by Edwards.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Here's Speedy. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Speedy's got 59 points. Pass to Gobert. Now here's Conley, tightly guarded, lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Mike Conley starting to percolate a little bit here. Look out, defenders.
Here's Speedy, fires the three. Good, he hits again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Outside McDaniels. Inside. Here's Randall. Chicago with a rebound. Well, Doris, there's no doubt who the face of the NBA has been for a while now. Who might that be in 10 years, though?
This is such an intriguing question to me, Brian, because some of the guys that come immediately to mind, Luka, he's been a presence on that first-team All-NBA almost since the onset of his career. Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren are now 7-footers who are multidimensional. One guy that I don't think is talked about enough is Anthony Edwards. Highly skilled, highly charismatic.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bulls.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And certainly a point of pride. They've now won 50 games this year.
And even though this season series is only 2 games, a sweep is still a sweep.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Speedy.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And that one's good from Conley.
Well, they needed this run way earlier. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have...
Connects again from distance.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Back to Conley. Randall outside. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, This is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. So long, everybody.
This man really almost scored more points than Kobe. Unreal.
Being an all-star as a rookie is really hard. MP deserves it though. He's a really good player.
Good win. Let's keep it going. Crowd looks hyped tonight. Better come with it. Fans live for games like this one.
Don't forget, Bulls fans, we still have tickets available for upcoming home games. Stop by one of our ticket booths or visit us online to get yours today. We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word Bulls along with your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond and address your concern immediately.
Up next, the Warriors taking on the Bulls. For Golden State, they've only lost one game out of the last 7. They've taken their focus to another level, and they have their sights set on another win here tonight. Bulls Warriors is next. Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
Look at Curry. He finished 3rd in the fan voting in the West, putting him solidly on that starting roster.
And the fans acknowledging that he is right there among the very elite in that conference.
And with the starting 10 duly elected, don't forget to tune in this February for the NBA All-Star Game. Now Golden State's starting 5. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. The athletic front court pair, Wiggins alongside Kuminga. And it's Jackson Davis in at the 5 spot. And for Chicago, the wingmen, White and Levine. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. And it's Speedy in at the point guard position. So here we are, Stan, with the trade deadline in the rearview mirror. It's come and gone. Some players are definitely, don't you think, breathing a sigh of relief?
Kevin, it was my favorite day of the season, the day after the trade deadline, because players get distracted by all the rumors. Now they can get back to focusing on basketball, and everybody knows now this is our team going forward.
Puts up a 3, hits it again. Wow!
And I think some of us saw this coming, but now it's happened. He set the new all-time rookie record for points scored in a season.
This was a record that we all thought was unattainable, but here we are witnessing history, and quite possibly the start of an illustrious career.
Yeah, that's a great find by White. He's such a clever and deceptive combo guard.
And here are the Warriors now. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. Now, I asked him about the challenge they face in defending Steph Curry. He said Steph is so hard to contain because of his constant movement off the ball. Conventional defenses won't work against him. The matchups will be fluid. He'll see a lot of different guys coming at him. He's looking and needing a total group effort. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Takes the 13-footer. He claims that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Curry's got 5 now.
Just shows you how impressive Curry's shooting ability is, that he can adjust for any distance.
Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Duncan.
Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Speedy. And again, it's the Bulls from deep. And not only, Greg, has MP been selected to the All-Star team this year, he was named a starter as well.
And it's a huge honor, guys, and you can tell that it means a lot to him. He wants to prove he belongs out there with these guys, and I expect him to bring his A game for sure.
Again, Curry missing.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
In the corner, it's Buzelis. Here's Speedy. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. 14 points for Speedy.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Wiggins kicks to Kuminga. And again, unable to change momentum here. Chicago leading by 9. Here's Speedy. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Warriors have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Pass to Kuminga. Some nice passing by Golden State. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 6. A fader. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Chicago has gone a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter.
Man, what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. He's checked in for Vucevic. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Levine. And Josh Giddey subbed in for Kobe White. Different look here for the Warriors. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Payton comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Wiggins. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Curry. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Speedy in the last game against Minnesota was a man determined. He scored an incredible number of points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. A fantastic performance from him. Something he wants to repeat tonight. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Here's Peyton after the made shot from Speedy, trying to get something going. And the Warriors miss again. For the Warriors, they won their last contest, that game against the Los Angeles Lakers. That ball, nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Speedy's got 21 in the game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Warriors trail by 16. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Shooter passes to Peyton. And the Warriors miss again. For Chicago, they've gone an incredible 8 of 9 from the field. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bogdanovich wide open. Again, Chicago.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Healed from outside. Rebounded by Speedy. Fires from deep. And the Bulls another 3.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Chicago?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group.
Got this, MP.
Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Kuminga. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Gary Payton. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Moody. And Curry subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Warriors trail by 21. Hey, Stan, as a coach, what was the most difficult part when transitioning from college to the pros?
That's a great question, Kevin, and I think two things. Number one, the length and the pace of the season. You just didn't have the time to prepare for the next game. Everything was sped up. And then, obviously, the talent of the players. So you're trying to game plan and come up with a way to stop guys who are essentially unstoppable.
Pass to Speedy. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Jackson-Davis. Jackson-Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
On its way from Curry for 2. Chicago grabs the miss. And this group reaching a major milestone this season, notching their 50th win in their last game.
Hey, you love to ensure a winning season, and most NBA teams, even great ones, consider this a major accomplishment.
Pass to Jackson-Davis. Down low. Horton Tucker with the rebound.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Takes a 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Golden State's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Pass to Jones. Golden State moving the ball around. Hield outside. Now here's Curry. Defense right on him. It doesn't go in. He's 3 for 9 now and frustrated.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Bangs home the trifecta. And that's now 33 points for Speedy.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead. Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Bulls just dominating this one. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
We're back again. Welcome. It's that time again to take a peek at how the mid-season power rankings are shaping up. Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm pretty worn out.
Yeah, you've been burning those midnight oils, man. You been hitting the clubs or something?
Nah, just putting up with you guys. It's exhausting.
And now, how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Chicago Bulls.
You have certain players that live and die by the three. Right now, they are.
Thank you for being with us.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Speedy.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Chicago leading by 23, setting the floor for the Warriors. The athletic front court pair, Wiggins alongside Kuminga. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. And it's Jackson Davis in at the 5. And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Hield outside. Wiggins kicks to Kuminga. Off target with his 3.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Levine against Curry. Over to the wing. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
You know, Stan, as productive as Zach Levine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, he does. Good on the baseline, Jay. Curry's got 12 points in the game.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Curry brings the double. Pass to Vucevic. Picked off in midair. Now here's Curry. He's got 12. Hield outside. And here is Kuminga. Curry on the wing. Good on the triple. 15 points in the game.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Inside. Hield against White. Here's the 3. And again for 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. Outside, Kuminga. Heel kicks to Wiggins. Beyond the arc. Drills the three-pointer. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the night.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
So both teams making some changes here. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons. Deciding to change it up.
Let's hear it one more time for your Chicago Bulls.
There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Schroeder, and the layup falls. Schroeder's got 7 points in the game.
In perfect timing, this run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
We got to get the first domino to fall, and then it's boom, boom, boom. The extra pass. We're not running plays to get a shot. We're running plays to get the domino.
He's preaching team chemistry right now, Greg.
And he wants more ball movement because that makes everything simple.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Vucevic is out there with Zach LaVine. Then there's Jalen Horton-Tucker. Then there's Speedy. And it's Dosunmu in at the two-guard spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
That's good from Schroeder. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Here's Shannon. Pass to Jones. Schroeder with the ball. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Bean passes to Speedy. Count that bucket. Speedy's got 48.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Schroeder outside. Drives to the hoop. Great D that time from Vucevic.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had rough shooting.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Schroeder outside. Chicago grabs the miss.